I'm going to introduce myself. I'm Saima Asghar. I'm the CEO and founder of StEPS. StEPS is an education and career consulting company that's been supporting students since 1998. So we've been around for 27 years. Our headquarter, our main office is in Lahore. And we also have an office in Dubai, and we do a lot of work virtually, and we provide a lot of support virtually as well. I'm going to ask all of you to please mute your mics. And if you have a question, please raise your hand or pop the question in the chat. That way we can go over the seminar and I can make it interactive and answer your questions as well. Um, so just a little bit about StEPS before I introduce our guest speakers for today and our panelists. As I said, StEPS has been supporting students for over 25 years, 27 to be exact. We help with guidance counseling, university applications. We also do a lot of career coaching, as well as a CV cover letter and LinkedIn enhancement work for candidates, but the bulk of our work is university admissions and guidance counseling around undergraduate as well as postgraduate applications, which also includes PhD. Um, I'm Saima Asghar, and I've been in the higher education industry and sector since 1997. I'm an alumna of the University of Warwick, where I did my master's in teaching of English as a second language, and I do a lot of English language, IELTS related work, as well as coaching alongside running the degree. I have had an extensive background in teaching in the higher education sector and faculty development in the higher education sector in Pakistan as well. These are sort of the two main pillars of work that StEPS does, my company does. We have the Steps to Uni pillar or service, which is what you are here for now, which includes all kinds of university applications and support, including all the services that you see on the slide. And then we have the Steps to Success side of the company, which works with professionals after they have graduated from university. We offer a lot of free services for partner universities. We have a range of partner universities that I'm going to show you on the screen right now in a bit. And the free services that we offer are anything related to eligibility, pre-application review of your profile, guidance on appropriate courses, whether your feedback is suitable or not, any one review of your essay, as well as a review of your scholarship essays if you're applying to our partner universities. And of course, we upload your documents and also help you with submitting the application and offer you advice on accommodation as well. And if you're going to one of our partners, then we also guide you on your visa, your student visa. We also have premium services, which are paid services for partners as well as non-partners, which are more than the free services, and these involve more coaching, guidance around helping you identify your career goals, helping you identify the most suitable degree, helping you build up a comparison sheet of up to 10 universities, uh, amending and adapting your CV, more mentorship and support with how to ideate your essays, how to structure your ideas, and also your scholarship essays as well. And this would be for admission or applications to any UK university, or in fact any university across the world. And then, of course, accommodation and UK visa guidance as well. These are our partner universities. We have a very long-standing relationship with the University of Warwick since 1998. And we also work with Loughborough, Nottingham, York, Arts University, Bournemouth, and Cranfield. We work with College of Medicine and Dentistry as well, but that's not part of Chevening. And we also work with pathway providers, so which would be foundations for undergraduate courses as well as master's courses. We also have partnerships with super curricular or non-academic partners, which include summer courses, work experience shadowing, as well as student housing support. And we can tell you more about these if you'd like to connect with us later. But today we are focusing on the Chevening Scholarship, and I'm delighted to welcome our guests, Mr. Mansoor Ali Masood and Simrah Zafar. Both of them are Chevening scholars. And Anam, if you could please spotlight both Mr. Mansoor and Miss Simrah, that would be great so that people can see them as well. Yeah, thank you. So thank you for joining us today, Mansoor and Simra. And I'm going to ask you to quickly just introduce yourself briefly before I go on and share some more details about Chevening, and then we'll come back to each of you for your inputs about Chevening and your guidance as well. So I'll start with Mansoor.
Thank you, Saima, for having me today. And hello, everyone. I'm Mansoor Ali Masood. I'm currently working as a senior project officer at the Asian Development Bank. I'm a Chevening as well as Warwick alumnus. I did my Chevening back in 2015-16. So since then, I've been serving in the government of Pakistan. I mean, it's been 15 years that I've been serving in the government of Pakistan. However, I did masters in public policy from University of Warwick under the Chevening Scholarship. Pleasure to be here.
Thank you so much, Mansoor. Simra, if you could introduce yourself, please.
Hi everyone, my name is Simrah Zafar. I graduated from LUMS back in 2022. I did my bachelor in management sciences. Then I worked in IT and tech consulting for 2 years almost. I was mainly working with the Gates Foundation on the polio program. Then I went for my master's on Chevening Scholarship to the University of Cambridge. I did MPhil in Technology Policy, which is a course at the Cambridge Judge Business School. And now I'm back and I'm working as a management consultant at Akasis, which is again a private company which is working with different public sector organizations and also development funds to basically work on the public health sector of Pakistan.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Simra. Thank you, Mansoor, for being here with us. And I know it's a Sunday, and I know this is family time, so we really appreciate you taking out time to come and guide all the candidates. I see that we have about 68 participants in the room already, and there's constantly more joining. So thank you. The Chevening partners that we work with are from the slide that I showed you before. These are the ones that are specifically open for Chevening this year. Warwick, York, Cranfield, Loughborough, Nottingham, Trent all have programs and a range of programs that are eligible for the Chevening Scholarship, and we can guide you for any of these, as well as, of course, other universities that are open for Chevening as well. We regularly work with candidates applying to other universities as well. So, what is the Chevening Scholarship? It is the UK's International Scholarships and Fellowship Program. It is funded by the Foreign Commonwealth and Development Office, FCDO, and by Chevening partner universities. So the FCDO puts out a bid, and partner universities then bid for the scholarship, and they contribute to the scholarship as well, which is why you will see that for all the universities that are part of the Chevening programs, you might not find all courses being part of the program, because even within the universities, different departments bid for the scholarship to see, which ones they want to support with the fee. For purposes of the students, the scholarship provides fully funded scholarships for 1 year's master's degrees at UK universities. When we say fully funded, it is generally for all master's programs. The MBA in many cases is not fully funded, because the MBA fee tends to be more than what the Chevening will provide. So there is a cap to the fee. So if the program is beyond that tuition fee amount, then the candidates have to pay the remainder themselves. But for most courses, it is fully funded. It is the idea of the Chevening is to develop future global leaders, and they are very keen on looking at candidates who can, besides the education, who are coming to them with networks that can be developed for the government of Pakistan or the country of Pakistan, as well as for the UK, and they add to the cultural exposure, not only for themselves but for the two countries as well. So this is a scholarship that is given from country to country. And What all is covered in the Chevening? Payment of full tuition fee, as I said, with some limitations. Economy travel to and from Pakistan by an approved route only for yourself, not for any dependents. There is an arrival allowance that you get. There, your visa cost is covered by the FCDO and Chevening. There is a departure allowance as well, and they also cover your TB test, £75 for your TB testing as well, which will be required from Pakistan. There is also a travel top-up allowance and a monthly personal living allowance, a stipend to cover your accommodation cost. And it depends on where you're living. If you're in London or outside London, the stipend can vary, but you do get a stipend. So it's a very, very generous scholarship, but it is also a very, very competitive scholarship for this reason. Okay, and who can apply to this scholarship? Uh, Basically, residents or citizens of Chevening eligible countries or territories, and Pakistan is in the list. So, and of course, along with many other countries. So, you are in a candidate pool, not only from Pakistan, but also from other countries as well. But of course, I think, Mansoor, if I'm not wrong, there are a specific number of scholarships allocated to each country, right? Or is the competition in an open pool?
No, actually, there are specific number of scholarships to the added to the country. It varies from year to year. So
Okay.
last year there were around 55, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, Simra can tell me better about it. Yeah.
So last year in Pakistan, there were almost 31 students on the scholarship.
Okay, but maybe, but do you know how many were initially allocated to Pakistan? This is 31 who actually got it.
Yeah, 31 who actually got it, and I think interviews were done for 235 people.
235 people. So 235 were interviewed, 31 got it, and of course the application numbers would have been much more than 235. And we
There
look
were
at
7,000 applications from Pakistan.
7,000 applications for 31 places. So you can that shows you how competitive it is. And of course, out of 7,000, there's a the first stage of filtering is a lot of people obviously get are removed at the first filter. So yes, so it's open to Pakistanis. You must have an undergraduate degree that qualifies for a UK master's program. So the Chevening itself is not asking for any specific grade or any specific GPA in your undergraduate degree. That is for the universities to ask. So if the university accepts your GPA, the Chevening will accept your GPA or your degree classification as well. Uh, so that's and you must have at least approximately 2 years of work experience, which is around 2,800 hours of work experience after your graduation. So any experience that you've had during your degree or before your undergraduate degree is not counted. So approximately 2,800 hours of postgraduate work experience comes to approximately 2 years of work experience. And you need to apply to three different eligible master's courses. When they say different, of course, the subject area can be this would be the same, but different universities. And you need to have an offer from those universities by July next year. So at the time of application, you need to indicate which ones you're applying for. You should have chosen the courses that you don't have to have an offer. Obviously, if you already have an offer, then that's something that goes in your favor, because sometimes candidates have an offer from a previous year that they have deferred and they already have an offer in hand. So it just shows that you are a more serious candidate, and it also raises confidence for the shortlisting committee, because you have already been screened by a university that is on the Chevening list. Uh, the core thing about Chevening is that you have to commit to returning to your home country for at least 2 years after completing your studies. So this is something that if there are candidates in the room who think that they want to go to the UK and then go back and go and then after their degree go on to the graduate work route or the graduate study route and get a post-study work visa, you are not eligible for the Chevening. For the Chevening, you have to come back to Pakistan and serve your country, because as I said earlier, it is a funding that is given by the UK government to Pakistan for the development of Pakistan. So that's very, very important to the Chevening Committee. It is an inclusive program. There is no bar on gender, age, orientation, religion, or anything else. That does not affect your eligibility. So you could be, 50 plus, and you would still be eligible, provided you can show what contribution you can make to Pakistan when you come back. Okay, before I move on to the process, if there are any questions, please let me know. I see that somebody's raised a hand, but I don't know the name. So if you could please introduce yourself and ask your question. Please, if you could mute yourself if you're not asking. Somebody has raised their hand. If they want to ask a question, please do. Otherwise, you can type it in the chat as well. Okay, somebody's saying, please raise your voice. Can you hear me properly? Do you want me to speak loud?
Assalamu alaikum, ma'am.
Ji, Assalamu alaikum. Yes, who is this? Do you have a question? Okay, there's no questions. Let's get back to that. Aisa, if you could please mute everybody who's entering so that we can.
I'm already done.
Okay, thank you.
Assalamu alaikum, madam. Can you please hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Do you have a question?
Yes, I have a question. Thank you so much for the information you have provided so far. So I'm just concerned about the eligibility criteria. For example, this is for the masters. This scholarship is for the masters, pursuing your masters at UK University. So if we already have a higher degree, like if we have MPhil or PhD, are we still eligible to apply for the Chevening Scholarship as far as we can provide them some kind of motivation that what kind of achievements or what kind of things we can do when we complete our Chevening Scholarship, like the eligibility criteria. I'm just asking about the eligibility criteria. I shall be grateful if you could just guide us about it.
Sure. Sorry, what's your name?
I'm Asma.
Asma. Thank you, Asma, for that question. So yes, so if you have already completed an MPhil from Pakistan, or you've already completed 18 years of education from Pakistan, it is not the Chevening that will decide. It will be the UK university that you're applying to. If you are eligible for admission to a UK university, if the UK university feels that the degree that you're applying to is a degree that shows your academic progression, then and it adds value to your profile and they're happy to give you an admission, then you can make that case with the Chevening as well, and you can show that this is so. For example, you may have an MPhil in, for example, you may have an MBA from Pakistan. You've done your 4-year undergraduate degree, a bachelor's in business management or something, and then you've done a 2-year MBA, and now you want to go to the UK and maybe specialize in say public policy, or you want to go and specialize in supply chain, something that relates to your work experience and will make you a specialist in that area. So that shows academic progression, although the 2 degrees will be at the same level, but there is academic progression. So if the university is convinced that you have academic progression, then you can convince Chevening as well. But if you are just going to go and do exactly what you've done in Pakistan, then neither will the university give you admission, nor will the Chevening give you the scholarship. Does that make it clear?
Yeah, that's quite clear. For example, if I am having a degree in one area like organizational psychology, and I want to shift after pursuing my degree in organizational, and I see that there is more scope in clinical and I'm more inclined to clinical, so I can convince the university which I'm pursuing for or applying for, if they are agree and they're willing to give me an admission, so I can convince Chevening as well. Is it right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. There has to be a logic and a reason for you to do the degree, not just for the sake of a degree.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much for a comprehensive answer. Thank you so much.
All right. So that was a very good, relevant question. And there is another question about eligibility of those who have a cumulative bachelor's, 2 years graduation, 2 years master's. That's okay. With that if you have 16 years of education, which is a degree awarding education, you are eligible for admission to a UK university, and you're also eligible for the Chevening. So that is perfectly all right. Okay, so this is what the timeline looks like. Right now, we are in this purple stage, which is the pre-application. The applications opened on the 5th of August, and they will close on the 7th of October. Right now, this is the perfect time for you all to be planning your applications if you are eligible. From 8th October onwards, the eligibility screening committee will meet, and they will then assess your application, and the interviews will be conducted between March and April. So if you can see this during this time right now, till between now and the 7th, you should be selecting your 3 eligible universities and working on your applications. And then around this time, between October and March, you should be submitting your university applications after you have submitted your Chevening application generally. If obviously you are able to submit your university applications before, then that's great. But most universities will not open their master's applications till late September or October. So this is the right time for you to first work on your Chevening application and then start working on your university applications. And I'm going to ask maybe Mansoor and Simrah here to add any advice that they have about the timeline as well. Mansoor?
Uh, Yes, thank you. So basically, in terms of timelines, this is the right time to be contacting your universities and cursing through the websites of the university and the courses you want to select. Because as Saima was saying in the initial slides, it's a leadership. It's basically leadership program, and they want to cultivate leaders. So you have to, as a question has also come, that she wanted to do a master's despite the fact that she has another degree. You have to choose an area, you have to choose a course, and you have to be going through the university websites and selecting the courses, and you had to be very, very clear about it. So after this, the eligibility screening will be done by the Chevening Reading Committee, which will take at least 3 to 4 months in screening the candidates. And by February, they'll be announcing the shortlisting candidates. Simra has earlier said that there were 7,000 candidates, out of which 234 were called or shortlisted for interviews. So you have to be really careful at this timeline and justifying your scholarship. I defer to Simra for to add more points.
Yeah, and another thing that I would like to add for the timeline is a lot of people think that we can apply for the Chevening application first and then do the universities later on. But one thing that I would really want to stress upon is that both of these things is a simultaneous process. You cannot leave one to be done after the other one, because as you know, the Chevening application as well, you have to submit your universities. And once you start researching on the universities and applications, you just realize that a lot of things do not align with you, or there are different programs that now you want to apply, but that by that time you have applied for the Chevening scholarship, so that ship has sailed. So one thing that I really want to stress upon is do both these researches simultaneously instead of leaving one for later part, because I know this application process is very stressful. I've gone through it. I know that there's a lot of things that are happening, but one thing that will really help you is to simultaneously research on the universities and the Chevening application and not leave anything till the last minute. And once you are done with your research, of course, you can after the deadline of Chevening, you can apply to the universities later on, but that does not mean that you also leave your decision for which university you want to go for to be done after the Chevening application as well.
Yeah, that's a very good point. So as you see here, during this time, this purple time, which is now, we are telling you to select your 3 eligible universities. One of the most common requests that we get, say around December or January, is when people come to us and say, I've applied for the Chevening, I'm waiting for a decision, and I had put 3 universities randomly because I had not researched the universities. But now, after I submitted the Chevening application, I've now had time to actually research. But the universities or the courses I mentioned on my Chevening applications are not really the ones that I want to do. So what do I do now? How do I get my course changed? So that's really not the right time. You need to have selected your universities.